Yes, sir. So according to me, most of the peoples, they feel shy to speak English. They just have little bit fear to speak English because of the other peoples, because of our society. Because in our society, most of the people, they are not known, they are not that much known about the English language, and they are not that much familiar with the English language. So most of the people, they don't used to speak English language. So if anybody will try to speak English language, if anybody will speak English language, so other people will make fun of him. He will think so that other people will make fun of him. So he will feel little bit shy to speak English, and he will not speak English. And this was my opinion.
Okay, keep on thinking the second opinion. Yeah, Mr. JP, what do you think?
According to me, sir, fear of persons uh, not mm, make good speaking English because the person knows that he say something is wrong or right, and the other person know about her about his mm, difficulties, and so that he could not speak frequently English, and one is other side for not good speaking English because they have no more knowledge, basic knowledge of English and rules and regulations, and no make sentences and no word power and vocabularies and exact words are not used at that time. These are the some reasons uh, to not speak English.
Okay, and keep
Okay.
on thinking. Second opinion, second point. What do you want to say now? Question I want to repeat once again. Why do people find difficulty to speak English language in our community, society, country? So based on that perspective, you should be answering your answer. Yeah, now Akshay, go ahead. Once again, why do people find difficulty to speak English language? This time you should not be repeating the same answer. You can go ahead for next thinking. What can be the other reasons that you may find?
So most of the people, they don't have that much good vocabulary power. They don't have that much good knowledge of English. So they have a lot because of the lack of vocabulary, lack of knowledge of English. So they are not able to speak that much good English. So, for example, if uh, somebody wants to speak English language, but if you don't know tenses, if you don't know eight parts of speech, anything in English grammar, so he may not be able to speak English. That is usual that he may not be able to speak English language. So
Yeah, yeah.
that's why.
Mr. JP, now you tell. Question once again. Now,
Yeah,
first reason given by Akshay that maybe people feel shy to speak. If I speak, what people will think of me? They may laugh at me while speaking language. They may make fun of me. They may say he's speaking this and that. And then second reason he says that word power and other things and all. So Mr. JP has also explained few other things. So now you can go for second point.
yes, sir. According to me, in our country, there is Hindi is our mother tongue, and we know about Hindi speaking after birth, and the English is learned by after some time when a person goes to school and learns English, but the previously person speak languages, and after speaking he learned uh, written and others speaking, but English language is a very simple language, and it learned uh, more and more by practices, and speaking is depend on practices. Without practice, nobody speak well English, and according to me, the mother tongue is the main purpose of the uh, speaking of the language.
Yeah. And Akshay. Akshay can say again.
So the next, as JP sir has explained that English is not our native language, so it's not our own language. So that's why people are not able to speak good English. So we always everybody in India, in any state of India, they will learn the English as a second language. They will not learn English by English to English. They will learn English, Hindi to English, Punjabi to English, Marathi to English, in any language. They will not be able to speak English to English. So that will make a huge problem to people to speak English and to learn English. So that can also be a huge thing to people.
Okay, fine, fine, good. So let me also say something as you have said. So reason is not like that. Maybe the reason you told these all are fine. I get agree. So because these are the reasonable reason. Okay. So what you need to think, why do people find difficulty to speak English language? It's not like word power and then tenses, parts of speech. These are very important things. We cannot ignore it. But the problem is that the community, the country, the state, place, society where we live in. So we never listen
Yes,
English.
yes.
We never listen English. We go market, we meet people, we see things happening, people moving around, activities going on. But we never listen English. Nothing is happening in English. Nobody is communicating in English. So with that particular community we are living in. Now the problem is that 2% people, 1% people like you and me, those who are speaking English and want to speak English, there is nobody to talk to and to respond us. Maybe few like, okay, how are you? We are fine. Okay, where are you going? This, that's it. So these are the major hindrances. So when we don't listen English, the community, we do not have English speaking community, and then how are we going to speak English language? So this is the one of the major reasons that people find difficulty to speak English language, because they are not living in English speaking community. Most of the time they don't listen this language, they don't speak this language, and then they don't hear anybody to speaking in this language also. Whatever we do morning to till evening, you make sure surrounding your area who speaks English, who communicates with you English, any other people speaking, communicating, moving out, doing their work. Are we hearing any words? Do we listen any words people speaking? No, never. So and then so in that particular community we are grown up, and then now we want to learn language, we want to speak. That is the reason. So we find a difficulty to speak English language. And then other area, so English is for them just like their mother tongue, so they don't have any problem to speak it. So once we learn, so we need to be making sure that we surround ourselves with English speaking community, so that we can carry on our language. Yeah, JP, you can.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, what do you want to say now? Something.
You are right, sir. You say something is very correct for the reason of uh, correct English speaking, because we have so many peoples and my classes also the rural areas students, and they not understood the English words and sentences, and they have no more knowledge to English, and if we want to say something in English, they say me, please sir, in Hindi.
Yeah.
And if we write, if I write something in English in my blackboard or whiteboard, students stand up and say, what is this, sir? I could not understand. Please write in Hindi. And this way, our skill of speaking is dead.
Yes.
And if I have community to English medium, and speaking English persons, my speaking is more and more developed. And this is one type of reason, because the area of the community which language they have speak, the person like this those
Yeah,
languages only.
yeah, right.
Otherwise, we speak in English, nobody can understood. And what I say, if I say something in a society, they could not listen to me and say me he is madman.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
philosopher.
Yeah, good. Good answer.
They could not understand my language.
Yeah, sure.
That's
Good.
all.
Yeah, good answer, and very nice conversation also. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, sir.